Thinking it's a perfect time to check our comment tree. I mean, look at this luscious fruit here. Very healthy, very organic. Let's see what we got today. All right. So the video I made actually last night was regarding receding hairline, 3 inches top, 1 inch side. Gameware, yeah. Gameware has been with me for a while. Always supportive. Always glad to see from Gameware. Gameware says, quote, "Without the knowledge of your channel's theme, I would have never thought you were thinning and receding. Great job on the haircut," end quote. Well, hey, thanks. You know what? Yeah, I think it's working for me. Got the 1 inch, just kind of pushing it back, and kind of feels like a solid mask. And I know I get the comment, what, about once every 2 weeks, someone new will say, "Has anyone ever told you you kind of look like Ben Affleck or act like him or reminded me of him or whatever?" I definitely feel it today personally, if ever. So, you know, this is interesting. I don't know that I've ever seen this before, but it looks like there's a second note here on the same comment. It looks like two people basically left a comment at the same time, and they just sort of, okay, well, let me read it. It's probably, I guess, of the same tone. Maybe two people said kind of the same thing at once. Let's find out. Okay, Kadashia says, "Nick, you look like an ice cream cone eaten by children. Just let the hair go. Honestly, hair isn't the end of the world," end quote. So, okay. All right. Well, clearly these two comments, and again, the same video, but they are definitely the opposite from one each other in nature, doesn't it seem? All right. Well, let's go ahead and try to sort that out here. I want to do this video today about inner peace. And I've mentioned this before, but I really want to camp out on it today. Having inner peace despite your hair loss. Now, it's been said before that what comes out of your mouth comes from your heart, right? If you have peace in here, in theory, peace comes out of here. So when I see the first comment, no, let me say this. Obviously, I'm a confident person. I can appreciate positive compliments. I can appreciate them. I always do. At the same time, I don't require them to be who I am. I'm still going to be secure in who I am, even if no one praises me, because I have confidence and peace, right? On the same token, I suppose, when I hear negative things that are clearly designed to not be positive, a negative comment, what happens? I don't give anyone power over my emotions, as we all know, because I'm emotionally intelligent. And that's part of the reason I have the following that I do. I speak with emotional intelligence. So when I see something negative, it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't affect me because I do not give power over my emotions to anyone else. So that's what an emotionally intelligent, secure person does. They hear positive and they think, hey, I appreciate that, knowing that they're still the same person, secure with or without the compliment. And then when they do hear something negative, it doesn't affect them at all because, again, they don't give anyone power over their emotions. And that's very important. That's crucial to being part of the brotherhood of the hair loss, is embracing that. Because once you begin to have inner peace despite your hair loss, you have power over this thing. Instead of you being a slave to it, it's a slave to you, right? If you have inner peace. But I think we can clearly see, based on these two comments, and clearly one of them is part of the brotherhood and one is not, because we know the rules of the brotherhood. And number two on the rules is you do not judge other brothers based on how much or how little hair that they have. And of course, we know number three too, that you know that any comment you leave is fair game to be featured on the comment tree, which leads us back to number one. You do not subscribe to my YouTube channel. You will be disappointed unless you can abide by the 3 rules. So those are the rules of the Brotherhood of the Hair Loss. This is not a casual channel. This is not for everyone. Everyone's welcome to try it out, but not everyone makes the cut. And I'm not desperate. I'm not so desperate for YouTube subscribers that I'm catering to you. Instead, what I'm doing is I'm crafting a special collection of people who want that encouragement and want a safe place here as we process and deal with our hair loss. That this is going to be a safe place, just like this little living quarters here where I sleep every night. And so that's who this is for. So I understand some people are just going to check in for a minute and they're going to keep going on down the road. They want to go somewhere else. But here we have inner peace, and that's what I teach. And so it's funny because as I've read these two comments on the same video, which is interesting to me, isn't it? The same video, two comments conflicting in nature. We could say that's safe to say, right? So we're thinking of the classic cartoon, any cartoon you've ever watched, right? There's going to be at least one episode where the protagonist on that episode, on one side they have a devil, on one side they have an angel, and they have to decide which am I going to listen to. And I think clearly that's what's going on here, but I've already made my decision from the beginning that no one has power over my emotions. So I'll appreciate the positive, of course, but again, I'm still the same person, and my day is just as good either way. But again, thanks for the compliment. But I think that this is very symbolic because I think all of us deal with this. I think all of us, at any given point in time, can hear someone maybe make some kind of comment in passing about our hair. Because I've had it happen before. I've had people, men who are older with more, thicker hair, say, "Man, I can see you got some thinning going on. Oh, I can see your hairline's going up there." Those are going to happen. Those are those devil comments, right? And then we're going to have other people maybe say some kind of compliment that we look good for our age, or maybe compliment our hair in some way. I don't know. And that's those angel comments. So we're dealing with those at some point in our life, aren't we? And then we're also dealing with those internally, aren't we? Like, I'll admit, yeah, I've got days where I just wake up thinking, man, this is getting pretty high up there, man. Okay. And I notice it more. And then there's other days where I'm like, it's really no big deal. It's no big deal. It doesn't affect me. Yeah, I still have my good and my bad days with it, right? Despite knowing who I am, despite my hair loss, there are those days. But that's probably those days when I'm listening to that devil on my shoulder, right? Instead of the angel. And that's the thing. We get to make that decision. We can let other people control our emotions or affect our emotions. We can even let our own voice inside from us affect how we feel and think. But if we're already aware of it, aware of the problem, aware of the situation, we can be in control of that. Instead of being a slave to that should be a slave to us, because we are powerful. We are in control of our own lives if we allow ourselves to be. And you've heard me talk before about choosing to be victorious instead of allowing ourselves to be a victim. I obviously am very emotionally intelligent. When I see those comments, do you think my day has been better or worse because of it? No. In fact, I use it to my advantage to grow this YouTube channel and to help us all. I use it as a teaching moment because we all can learn from this. I think we can all agree. We've seen one comment from someone who's part of the Brotherhood and one who's not. One who definitely appears to have inner peace and one who does not. If you don't have inner peace, you're going to say things like someone who doesn't have inner peace to other people. You're going to want to think, I don't feel good about myself, so let me say something to someone else that brings them to my level. And then when it hits someone like me, it doesn't affect them because I've got the inner peace that other people don't have, but I want them to have. Why do you think that I spend so much time making these videos? Because in my heart, I really do want to help other guys out. I want to be that voice that I didn't hear in my early 20s. So remember, as part of the Brotherhood, that's what we're striving for. We're striving for inner peace despite our hair loss, knowing that it doesn't define who we are unless we allow it to, unless we allow those negative voices to affect us and not listen to the positive ones, because that is a choice. That is a choice. Remember, this is our coat of arms. Yes, we've got some hair loss going on. Yes, it's kind of like a ticking time bomb. We never know when we're going to lose our hair, but we're going to remain optimistic about it. Unity is required. Hair is optional. We are the Brotherhood of the hair loss. This is what we're all about. I got to admit, this is one of my favorite videos I've ever done because I'm passionate, I'm sincere about it, and it's a great teaching lesson for us all. We all need to be reminded of the decision we get to make every day, from the voices without, from outside of us, from the voices within. We get to decide what voice we want to hear. We get to decide whether we're truly in control of this thing. Because imagine a life ridden by anxiety and fear. That's not what kind of world I live in. I choose not to live in that world. And it is a choice. The default is to live in that world. I live in a world where I see the good in things. And it takes a person with inner peace to see that. And I hope it's contagious because I want to pass it to you. I'm Nick Shell. Thanks for watching.